Hello everyone. Welcome back to the lecture series of CBSE 10th Chemistry MCQs. We have already done chapter number 1 and chapter number 2 MCQs. We started with chapter 3 metals and non-metals. This is the second part of chapter 3 MCQs, that is metals and non-metals. My name is Arpita Banerjee and you are watching Arpita Classes. Let's get started. Question number 21 is, which of the following non-metal is liquid at room temperature? Your options are mercury. Now mercury is a metal which is liquid at room temperature, but it is a metal. Carbon is a non-metal but not liquid. Phosphorus is non-metal but it is solid. Bromine is the non-metal which is liquid at room temperature. So the option will be D, bromine. Next question is, generally non-metals are not lustrous. Which of the following non-metal is lustrous? The meaning of lustrous is shiny. Non-metals are non-shiny generally, but there is exception, and the exception here is sulfur no, oxygen no, nitrogen no, iodine. Iodine is a lustrous non-metal. Next question is, non-metals oxides react with water to form. Now this answer will be acids. Non-metallic oxide reacts with water to form acids. I'll show you here. Suppose if I take CO2, which is a non-metallic oxide, and I dissolve this into water, I get H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. So non-metallic oxide when dissolved in water, it gives you acids. Another example, SO3 plus water, sulfur trioxide plus water will give you H2SO4, sulfuric acid. So remember that non-metallic oxide when dissolved in water or when they react with water, we get acids. Okay, so the option here is acid. Next is, the combination of carbon monoxide and hydrogen is known as carbon monoxide and hydrogen equimolar mixture of, equimolar means equal quantity of carbon monoxide and hydrogen together. This mixture is called as water gas. So remember, this is called as water gas. So the next question is, when sulfur reacts with concentrated HNO3, then which gas is evolved? Sulfur reacts with concentrated HNO3, NO2 gas will be evolved because concentrated HNO3 is a very strong oxidizing agent. So what happens when sulfur reacts with HNO3, this is concentrated form, sulfur gets oxidized to H2SO4 because it is a very strong oxidizing agent, so it will oxidize sulfur to H2SO4 and it will reduce itself into NO2 and water will be formed because there is a lot of hydrogen oxygen. I have not balanced it. You can balance it by putting 6 out here. You can balance it, but basically sulfur is getting oxidized to H2SO4 and HNO3 is getting reduced to NO2. So which gas is evolved here? The option will be NO2. Next question is, chlorine can displace bromine and iodine from solution of their respective salts. This is true because if you see the halogen series, we have fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, and we know that if fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, so bromine and iodine, they are placed below chlorine, that means they are less reactive than chlorine, and that's why chlorine can replace bromine and iodine from their aqueous solution. This is simple displacement reaction criteria for the simple displacement reaction, so it will be absolutely true. Next question is, dash gases evolved when Mn react with very dilute HNO3. Now this question, if you remember, we have done in the previous video where I told you that HNO3 is this acid HNO3 behaves differently than HCl and H2SO4 because it has got a property of very strong oxidizing agent, and that's why normally HNO3 do not react with other metals to liberate hydrogen, but Mn and magnesium and manganese, these are the two metals where HNO3 reacts with them in a very dilute condition to liberate hydrogen gas. So this hydrogen will be the option. You can see in the previous video I have even written the equation for it. Next question, question number 28 is, aqueous solution of CSO2. CSO2 is cesium oxide is. Now cesium is a metal and metallic oxides are basic in nature. So aqueous solution of CSO2 will be basic in nature. Our next question is question number 29. Which of the following electronic configuration shows that the given element is a metalloid? Now we know metalloid is something which is having intermediate properties between metals and non-metals. So metals are those which are having 1, 2, 3 electrons in their outermost shell, and non-metals are those which are having 5, 6, 7 electrons in their outermost shell. So elements which are having 4 electrons in their outermost shell might be a metalloid, and the elements which have 8 electrons in their outermost shell, they are noble gases. So there are 4 types of elements: metals, metalloids, non-metals and noble gases. So metalloids must have 4 electrons in their outermost shell. So here it is 2, 8, 4. This is 2, 8, 8, 18, 8, 2, 4 and 2, 6. Now 2, 8, 18, 8 is not a metalloid because it is a noble gas, you can see. 2, 6 is a non-metal because 5, 6, 7 electrons in the outermost shell means it is a non-metal. So the options are 2, 4 and 2, 8, 4. Here 2, 8, 4 is a metalloid because it is silicon, and 2, 4 is atomic number is 6, that means it is carbon. Carbon is a non-metal, we know. So the right answer is 2, 8, 4. Next question, question number 30. Which elements among the following can be considered as a metal and non-metal both? So element which can be considered as a metal and non-metal both again can be metalloid. Again they are called as metalloid. So nitrogen, no, it is a non-metal. Sulfur is a non-metal. Silicon is a metalloid. Mercury is a liquid metal. Come to the question number 31. Which of the following are not ionic compounds? KCl is an ionic compound because it is made up of metal potassium and non-metal chlorine. Any compound which is made up of metal and non-metal is generally ionic compound. Okay, ACl is a covalent compound, CCl4 is covalent compound, and NaCl is an ionic compound. So these things are not ionic compound. So the answer will be HCl and CCl4. Let us see the option 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is the option. So option B is correct answer. Next question is metal and non-metal combine by gaining or losing electrons. Absolutely true, because metals have, we know that metals have 1, 2, 3 electrons in their outermost shell. So they have a tendency to lose electrons, and non-metals have 5, 6, 7 electrons in their outermost shell. So they have a tendency to gain electrons. That is because of to complete the octet, right? So they will combine. When metals and non-metals will combine, metal will lose electron and non-metals will gain electron, and therefore the combination or the ionic bond will be formed between them. So the answer is absolutely true. Question number 33 is, which one of the following properties is not generally exhibited by ionic compounds? Solubility in water. Ionic compounds are highly soluble in water. So this is exhibited by ionic compounds. Electrical conductivity in solid state. This is not exhibited by ionic compounds because ionic compounds conduct electricity only in molten state or when they are dissolved in water in their aqueous solution. So this is not shown by ionic compounds. Let us take the other two options. High melting and boiling points. This is a property of ionic compound. Electrical conductivity in molten state. Even this is a property of ionic compound. So the option is B. Next question is, which of the following metals exist in their native state in nature? Native state means in isolated form. So we have to look for those metals which are very, very unreactive in nature, and that is copper, no. Copper is still reactive. Gold remain in the native state. Zinc is very reactive, and silver also remain in the native state. So 2 and 4 is the option. 2 and 4 is C option. Next question is, the second most abundant metal in the earth crust is silicon? No. Silicon is anyway a metalloid. Calcium? No. Iron is the second most abundant metal. Carbon is a non-metal. Iron being the second most abundant metal, the first abundant metal is aluminium. Okay, so we have completed metals and non-metals chapter MCQs here, and in the next video we are going to start with the chapter number 4 MCQs, that is chemistry of carbon compounds. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.